Doctor Aphra Annual number 1 came out August 23rd, and today we'll be reviewing it. Hello Star Wars fans, welcome to the Star Trader YouTube channel. My name is Jeremiah, and today, like I said, we'll be reviewing Doctor Aphra Annual number 1. I actually got the variant issue again, as I do when it comes to Star Wars comics. Sometimes I get both. This time I just got the one. The other one looks like this. It's not a preference of art, I guess? Well, maybe it is. This one looks a little cooler to me. We'll be talking about the origins of Krrsantan as well as the development of the Doctor Aphra story so far. So, fair warning, there will be spoilers throughout this video. On to the review. The first thing that I noticed about this is that it was a lot more story-driven than most of the comic issues so far. Probably because it is an annual issue, you kind of have an entire year to work with the other writers and come up with something compelling. So yeah, a lot of time and energy was definitely spent on this issue. Like I said, there is the plot of Black Krrsantan's origin. The telling of his origin is actually a plot device to the story. The story is explaining how Dr. Aphra was able to gather many members of the underworld to partake in her auction of the Crystal of Roar. For those who haven't been caught up with the Doctor Aphra series, Dr. Aphra stole an artifact that contained the sentience of an old Jedi Master called Roar. Roar now resides within this crystal and has technopathy as well as other abilities. Technopathy is just the ability to control machinery, etc. Anyway, as far as the origins of Krrsantan are concerned, he gave himself willingly to a couple of gladiatorial entrepreneurs named as the Zonti brothers. The Zonti brothers appear in the auction during the Doctor Aphra running series, and his reaction to their appearance is somewhat aggressive, being that they put him through rigorous training, almost killed him, and at the end they gave him permanent knuckle dusters. So the inside of his hands are completely metal. They stuffed as much metal as they could inside his skin. So under his now healed skin, he's got permanent brass knuckles. What's interesting though is Black Krrsantan doesn't necessarily hate the Zonti brothers for this. As all Wookiees eventually have, Black Krrsantan has a life debt. Were it not for the Zonti brothers, he would not be as strong as he is. They trained him to be one of the strongest, if not the strongest Wookiee in the galaxy. And of course the metal knuckles made it a little easier, or a lot easier, for them to sell them. What I really like about the new comics is when they expand the universe and kind of tie things together with the new movies. As we saw in The Force Awakens inside Maz's cantina, there was a character by the name of Grumgar. He's sitting on that couch, kind of slouched back, all menacing-like, with Bazine Natal. I've actually made a video of Bazine Natal if you want to check it out, popping up here soon. But anyway, whether it's Grumgar or not is nor here nor there. The fact that this species, which first appeared in The Force Awakens, is an excellent nod, and it does a great job in tying together the galaxy little by little, even if it's just one species at a time. What I probably liked the most about this issue was the inclusion of two new characters by the names of Dixnet and Domthro, two journalists for the Undervine, a HoloNet of sorts for the underworld of the galaxy. It was Black Krrsantan who sought them out so that he can give his story to be spread across the galaxy, when in truth, all that Dr. Aphra and Black Krrsantan was trying to do is transmit the message of the auction through these two journalists. Being that they are journalists and they are journalists of the underworld makes me think that they may pop up later on in other issues, or maybe in a novel or two. And the writers even bothered to develop them a little bit, giving a bit more personality than you would usually see in new characters. And again, it is an annual issue, so more work is going to be put into this than usual, but you know, I really like them and would love to see them again. We got to see some Trandoshan's, some really cool looking Trandoshan's for that. Usually they're not as detailed or as fleshed, as scaled out as you would usually expect them to be, so that was a cool artistic treat. As with most issues, there's a lot of time skips back and forth. It was easy to maneuver between the time periods, and it was really interesting learning a little bit more about Black Krrsantan. He's been a very cool character in the new Star Wars comic book series. First when he fought Obi-Wan, then he becomes a part-time partner to Aphra, and now we learn about his origins as a gladiatorial fighter with permanent knuckle dusters underneath his skin. He just gets cooler as the issues go on. Overall, there's been really good character development, not only for Black Krrsantan, but for the Star Wars underworld in general. As sad as it is that we're probably never going to get an Underworld TV series, they are whetting our appetite a bit by giving us some of these characters like the Zonti brothers and more recurring people that have popped up in the Poe Dameron series, as well as these post-New Hope comics. That's a really good treat for us fans who pay attention to the continuity. What's really good though is even if you're not into the continuity and just pick it up, it's a great story on itself. I was surprised that this comic didn't entirely focus on Aphra, although she was a big part of it and explained her main story arc. The concentration on Black Krrsantan was something that was a pleasant surprise to me. I should have expected it, but I didn't read the comic previews as I usually do, so it was very welcome. And that's it for the review. I really hope you enjoyed this video and learning about Black Krrsantan and the up-to-date Doctor Aphra series. I would definitely encourage picking up a copy of it yourself at your local comic book store, or if you don't like traveling, you can always get it at marvel.com and get a digital issue. Although if you do get the physical copy, you will get a free digital download in one of the pages of the book itself. That's why I prefer the physical copy to a digital. If you like this video, please give it a big thumbs up, and if you're a Star Wars fan, you definitely want to subscribe to this channel for more videos like this and much more to come. I want to thank you all so much for joining me on this journey today, and as always, may the Force be with you.
Thanks for tuning in today. If you liked this video, please give it a big thumbs up. If you're a Star Wars fan, you definitely want to make sure you subscribe. Take the time to visit our Patreon account in the description below to help support the channel and all future products we have in store. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram to keep up with my day-to-day vices. That's all for today, Star Wars fans. May the Force be with you.